Hey, what's up guys? Kai here, and welcome back to Let's Play Valkyrie Profile 2, Silmeria. Since last time, I was able to teach Zunde all of the skills I care about, and using the method I'm about to show you, that didn't take very long at all. And because I am going to be using him long term, I currently have him working on Breakup and First Aid, and he only needs 20% to learn both of those. So the method I like to use is to stick a character you want to learn skills with in a party with all of your lowest level characters, and then just get into a battle and see what happens.
Hey, this might even be fun.
I love his over-the-top battle quotes. I'm going the wrong way. Leader's over here.
Sunday's holy laceration! Yes!
Remember he needed 20% to learn both of those?
Phew, that was close.
There you go. Using this method, I've been averaging between 30 and 35% per battle. Very quick, very efficient. Alright, so now that we're done with those, I'm going to... well, I'll worry about his setup later. I actually discovered something in between episodes, and that is, if you have Virus in battle with her sister Celeste, they actually have their own unique dialogue, which was pretty cool in my opinion. Granted, it's not going to work because I'm actually trying to show this to you guys, but we'll give it a shot.
Hey, sister!
Not a word of reproach? You haven't changed.
At the time, it was kind of a pain, but now look at me. And thanks to you, I get to be reborn young.
Well, I'll be damned, it worked on the first try. Yeah, it's nothing major, but I thought that was pretty cool. Nice little touch the programmers put in the game here. Okay, let's get out of here.
I'm leaving.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the red piercing rune from the desert beast, but that's okay. The one from the Wasp Queen will suffice, and if I need to, I can just rotate it between the characters that need it. No big deal. Besides, there is an enemy in here that can drop one as well. Alright, before we go any further, I'm going to take a minute to rearrange my party and my setup, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back, so let's take a look at the party I'll be using for the Surts Volcano, starting with Alicia. Have her equipped with the Frostbane and the Olive Crown, and if you bring any Light Warriors, make sure they have both of these items equipped, because guess what element all the enemies are weak to? Yep, being that we're in a volcano, ice is going to be very effective. As for skills, I have her working on Bug Swatter. Afterwards, I'm going to teach her True Seeing for more critical hits. Brought Rufus instead of Virus because Virus mostly has fire elemental attacks, and Rufus not only has Freezing Lance, but I want to get him caught up on some skills. Speaking of which, I also have him learning True Seeing, and more importantly, Spirit Control. Zunde is now working on Weed Whacker and Magician Slayer. Those will be very useful in the near future. And I brought Mithra along because he is my Ice Mage, although I don't care to learn any more skills with him. I just have his magic boosted as much as I can. As for actual skills, I have everybody with damage boosting skills and descaling might, because there are a few lizards in here that I do want to get some items from. And the only exception is Rufus. I gave him Beast Bludgeon because I want at least one character able to deal critical damage against beast enemies. And that's pretty much it. The nice thing about elemental dungeons like this is that you can set up the opposite element to your offense, making you unstoppable, or you can set up the corresponding element to your defense, making you damn near invincible. Alright, we have a couple new enemies here. We have a giant scarab, which is not new, but we have fire bats to the left. We'll go over them in more detail later when we actually fight them. And in the back we have a red jewel. Very similar to its cousins, the warning jewel we fought earlier. They can use Firestorm. Only this time it deals about 300 damage, thanks to the fire blessing they have, so you do not want to get hit by that. The nice thing about these guys is that they can sometimes drop a red ice ring, if you're lucky. Ah, gotta love those wall bounces.
I want neither to harm nor be harmed.
Hey, level up, nice. And the reason that enemy was bounced around so much is because of the decreased mass seal stone they have on their dais right now. It allows you to knock them back further, not launch them into the air further, so on and so forth, which is pretty comical.
This might take some time.
But it can mess up your combos if you're not used to it. Alright, we have another new enemy in the back there, and we have some red lizards. Don't care about these guys, so let's show off Glacial Blizzard. Yeah, not bad, not bad. If only there was a way to boost my ice damage further. Anyways, weak to ice, they are lizards, so descaling might, that's the way to go. As you saw, Zunde just dealt 1100 damage. Get real. Alright, these enemies are a little dangerous, because if you break their spear, they're going to start using Poison Blow. So attack from their left or the back if you can. Breaking their spear does give you a blue bludgeoning rune though.
Lightning bolt!
And if you break their body, you have a,
Just as I expected.
I think it's a 15% chance to get fire armor or fire plate, which reduces fire damage by 50%. Could be useful for the boss, but if you don't get one, don't worry about it. It's definitely not the end of the world. Alright, Alicia finished off Bug Swatter, so now she needs a fire rune. And a red helmet. It's going to lower her DPS slightly, but that's okay. And a red resistance rune. There we go. Not that those skills are useful, let alone work, but she's going to learn them anyways. Alright, moving on. This is the point in the game, by the way, where I'm going to start cutting out random battles.
I am no fighter.
Not because the battles themselves are difficult or that they take long, but it's the dungeons that are going to start getting really long at this point. And I don't want to spend 3 episodes in each dungeon.
Take this! Time to decide this!
Oh man, break yourself!
We did okay.
Sure you can. You may have noticed also that we're getting accessories that have elemental properties to them. We're done with those guys. But I do want to fight this ghost here. Such as reducing elemental damage or allowing you to deal elemental damage. But the thing about those accessories is that even when they're fully linked, they're not that effective. I don't care for them. If you want to boost your elemental damage, just bring the appropriate element and boost your magic stat. That's the way to go. Alright, we're going to give this guy one more shot on screen and then that's it. Oh, shit on me. Well, there's a good example of what not to do. Whee! Batter up. Damn it, no core ruby. I would like to get one so I can start teaching Psycho Samba to people. Yeah, we did okay. Anyways. Get a dwarf tincture over here. And a union plume. More importantly, the life force blessing. doubles your HP recovery, whether that be from items, spells, or skills. Very good seal stone. I will definitely be restoring this as soon as I have 2,000 crystals. I would recommend bringing that if you're new to this dungeon because the enemies do hurt.
So, does it still hurt?
I'm all right.
I thought I was the only one in the world tormented by the gods. I hope that you won't take this the wrong way. But hearing what you said made me feel a lot better. We have the same problem.
You think it's the same? You've got it so much worse than I do.
When I first realized Silmeria was with me, I was afraid to fall asleep. I wondered, what would happen if she were summoned while I slept at night? Would I never wake up? Would I just disappear? I couldn't sleep. How would it feel if your soul faded away?
Stop it!
I'm sorry.
Maybe you got over it. But I'm still afraid to close my eyes at night.
I don't think the gods will ever grant us peace.
Let's just give it a rest, okay? We gotta find that orb, and give Odin a taste of his own medicine.
Alrighty then. No need to be rude, Rufus. Alicia was only trying to help. Whoa, can't go that way. Got liquid hot magma. So let's go over here to the left first. Oh man, Divinity Void.
You shall know my
Alright,
power.
got two more new enemies. Hellhounds, which are beast-type enemies. Nothing they drop that I care about. And the enemy in the back is the Wild Lizard. Very important enemy. And that's why I gave Beast Bludgeon to Rufus. So I can have at least one character able to quickly dispatch those guys because they're dangerous. Anyways, Wild Lizards in the back. If you break their tail, you get a red piercing rune. If you break their legs, you get a green fire rune. Break their front legs, however, you get the unladen swallow scales, which is a gray accessory. Not very good, but it is useful in item crafting.
Blazing light, shatter strength forge, hardened hellfire. Lightning bolt. Die. Think you can dodge this?
Oh well.
We did okay.
Alright, I believe that is it for all of the new enemies in this dungeon, so let's continue onwards. Or we can get a new party member. Man. Are we playing Valkyrie profile or Suikoden? Now, I don't really care about this Einherjar, so whoever we get, we get. and we get Arcana. Alright. At this point, I'm going to focus on my main party that I like to use long term. All the other Einherjar are just going to be fodder for release once we get to the post-game dungeon. And that's pretty much it. Alright, we have new Sealstone in effect. Negates light damage. Basically what that does is that any damage under 50 is reduced to 0, and it's actually attached to that enemy. It's kind of strange. But here we have a spring, finally. Let's give ourselves Ice Blessing to make our ice attacks more powerful. And we're going to give ourselves... let's see... No, we're good for right now, actually. On the flip side, you could put the Ice Blessing on a dais to reduce the damage that you take from the enemy's fire attacks by 50%. Oh. Ooh, I almost missed that. Actually don't want to kill the enemies here because we need to use them, game, as a platform. Make sure you come over and do this, otherwise you won't be able to advance later on in the dungeon. Little tricky. I missed that my first time, and not only did I get stuck, but when I realized what I had to do, I had to come all the way back here, and it was a real pain in the ass. Aw, so close. By the way, falling down in that lava, you take damage, just like in pretty much every other RPG that has lava. How much did that take off anyways? Not too much. Alright, over here, I want to bounce your photons on that 45-degree angle slope, and you can come up here. And we get a Palash. Not a good weapon, but it's there all the same. Ah, so close. I feel like my platforming skills aren't what they used to be. Overdrive, nice. And an ice crystal, alright. Oh, you know what? Let's try to show off Mithra's great magic. As I mentioned before, it is ice elemental, and that differs from Soul Crushes because Soul Crushes are non-elemental, regardless of what weapon you have equipped. Your mages, however, will have one of 4 different great magics depending on their base element. And not only are they elemental, but they hit all enemies on the screen. They are ridiculous. Oh man, that guy on the left is going to use Fire Breath. That hurts. They also have 2 more great magics you can learn, but that's not until we get to the bonus dungeon, so don't worry about those 2 for now. Before someone's like, actually Kai, there are 6 great magics. Yes, I know, but we're not going to have access to those for quite a while. Alright, so let's see if we can build up enough heat to do this. Aw, almost, but I fucked it up. Well, this is gonna suck if he hits us with Poison Blade. The other nice thing about Mithra's great magic is that you can use it 3rd in your chain and generate enough heat to use a 4th Soul Crush. So, very nice. Not just Mithra, any mage that has the Ice Elemental great magic, which is Tidal Wave. Same great magic that the Kraken uses on your party, if you let him live long enough, that is. Alright, this Divinity Void will wrap around to another one, so we're going to come back to this later. Instead, let's continue on this way. Oh, this room. This bridge here will collapse if you jump on it, or if you switch places with an enemy and then drop on it. So don't do that. Just make sure they're on the ground level, if anything. Let's see. Let me zoom in here. Let's get a little bit over here and then jump. Haha! Secret items! Yeah! Get the Spider Fighter. And 15,000 auth. Very easy to miss those items. Let's check those out. It does come with Bug Swatter, which could be useful if you don't want to spend the capacity points to equip that skill. And you might want to hang on to that for later because it is useful in crafting. A very good item. Anyways, let's come over here to get some more items. Whoop! Here we get the Royal Glove. Let's see. No, she has the Sacred Garter. We'll give that to Rufus. Pretty good on the defense there. Okay, now I am... Actually, no, there's another item we can get. Alright guys, sorry about that dead air there. I was taking a look at my notes and the time. A couple of things happened since we dropped down here. I got a flame armor from one of those skeletal soldiers. I also got silenced from those bats on Zunde, so I'll be able to use that empty box to really boost his damage output. Just to show you here, here's the flame armor. Reduces fire by 50%, protects you against frozen, although it does make you weak to ice, but that's okay. And from those bats, we also got... Oh, where is it? Fire Mouse Fur. It gives you 10% fire protection, and it increases your magic defense by 20%, so not too bad. Also, Arms of a Monster. Some sticky substance remains on the suckers. Oh, I don't know why that amuses me. Anyways, let's continue onwards. We're almost to a save point, and then we're going to call it quits, guys. Alright, this time we do not want to fall off the bridge. Also, don't really care to fight any more enemies for right now. And they're throwing everything at us. Alright, how are we doing on the map and treasure? Pretty good, pretty good. Alright. This room is actually a really good place to try that core ruby I talked about. Speaking of which, in one of those battles, I actually got one to drop from those red jewels. So let's take a look at that. Let's see, where is it? There it is, the core ruby. Like I said, it's a red ice rune, boosts your magic by 3%, and now we can learn Psycho Sama, which I will be doing for Alicia as soon as she's done learning whatever it is that she's doing. Also in those battles, Alicia gained a level and she learned a new attack. I believe it's called Tri-Crusade. Yep, so we're going to put that to use. Zunde finished off his skills, and right now I have him working on spirit control primarily. So anyways, let's continue onwards. Wow. The only thing we need now is that green fire rune, but again, that's really not a big deal. I have a magician relic over here to the right, and I actually care about that one quite a bit, so we're going to come back to that one after we get to the save point. Which is right around the corner, thankfully. You know what, we're going to leave this one in here.
Shall know my power.
Let's show off Tri-Crusade, which is actually kind of funny with the decreased mast seal stone they have going on here. Watch this. Oh.
What is this?
Don't watch that. We're just going to leave that part out, viewers. Oh, I got stunned, really?
Lightning bolt! Yeah! Yeah!
So the good thing about Tri-Crusade is that you can knock them in the air pretty high up, and then time your attacks to get a lot of magic crystals.
Lightning bolt!
Just like so. Making it rain up in this biatch.
Take this! Take this!
Man, destruction rains down from the heavens. Alright, so, let's see here.
Lightning bolt! Take this!
Nope, don't have enough hits. Oh well. Haha, paralyzed.
Lightning bolt! Take this! Time for this to end!
Oh, speaking of paralysis, Mithra gained a level.
I wish we could reverse
And
the
he
course of
learned
time.
Thunderstorm as a menu spell. Ooh, very nice. Good skills for Rufus. I could give him Psycho-Sama, since he would also benefit from that. I really want Alicia to have it first. Here's the Cotton Dust Wrath, which we could take for ourselves if we wanted to. Actually, I want to go ahead and switch these on the Diocese there. There we go. Come over here. And now we can get across to the other side of the lava. So alright, there's a save point. And over here is the Fire Blessing. It's, well, we don't want that on the boss. That's for damn sure. So what I'm going to do now is save my game, and in between episodes I'm going to go back to the spring to pick up a few seal stones that I want to put on the Diocese here to affect the boss. I'm going to meet you back at that Sorcerer Relic, and then we will continue onwards looking for the Dragon Orb. But until then, guys, as always, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Stick around if you would like to learn about Zunday's past. What, that's it? He just disappeared? Anyways, what's cool about his background is the sword Grand Sting is a really good weapon, well, not only in this game, but also in the first Valkyrie profile. And if I remember correctly, you actually find it in a shrine, which makes sense, seeing as how that's where Zunday originally found it. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, guys, gonna end it here. See you next time.